OpenClaw startups made 190K. Last month, here's the playbook. 184 startups, one free tool, $190,000 in a single month. And almost nobody outside a very small corner of the internet knows this is happening right now. That number is not projected revenue. It is not a pitch deck fantasy. It is tracked, verified, live data sitting on a public leaderboard that anyone can visit today. And the businesses generating it are not funded startups with engineering teams. They are small operations, some run by a single person, built on top of something called OpenClaw. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what it is, why it is producing results this fast, and what the people already winning with it figured out before everyone else did. Stay with me, because there is one specific detail about how the top earner crossed $49,000 in 30 days that most people completely miss. And I am going to get to that. So let's start with what OpenClaw actually is, because the name does not tell you much on its own. OpenClaw is an open-source AI agent platform. That means it is free to download, free to use, and it lets you build AI assistants, bots, agents, automated systems that connect to real apps people already use every day. We are talking Telegram, Discord, Zoom, Slack. You do not write a single line of code to get it running. You install it, add your API keys, and your AI agent is live. That is the whole setup. The first time most people see it working, their reaction is usually something like, "Wait, that is it?" Here is the part that matters, though. OpenClaw is not just a tool for personal use. It is a platform that people are wrapping into businesses. And those businesses are showing up on a site called Trust MRR, which tracks real monthly revenue from real companies. Right now, if you go to Trust MRR and filter for OpenClaw, you will see a leaderboard. 184 entries, combined 30-day revenue, just under $190,000. That is not lifetime revenue. That is 1 month. Before we go any further, if you want to learn how to actually put AI tools like OpenClaw to work inside your own business or workflow, check out AI Profit Boardroom. It is where people are learning how to save time, streamline their operations, and build real systems using tools exactly like the ones we are talking about today. The link is in the description. Okay, back to the leaderboard. Let's talk about who is winning. The top earner is a company called ClawMart, $49,000 in 30 days. What ClawMart sells is not the AI itself, it sells pre-built configurations. Think of it like this. Most people who want to use OpenClaw do not want to figure out how to set it up. They just want it to work. ClawMart packages up ready-to-run agent setups and sells them. That is the whole business. Someone else figured out the configuration, and you pay for the shortcut. Second on the list is AI Money Group at $31,000 a month. They focus on what they call AI employee training, teaching businesses how to deploy agents to handle real tasks. Third is Coral, pulling in $12,000 a month, focused on managed deployments. That means they host and run OpenClaw agents for clients who want the result, but not the technical responsibility. Fourth is RoofClaw at $10,000, and fifth is MyClaw Host at just under $8,000. These are not viral moments. These are recurring monthly numbers, built on a platform that costs some of these operators less than $70 a month to run. That detail about the operating costs is worth sitting with for a second. Less than $70 a month. Some of these startups are running agents at scale. Multiple channels, multiple clients, for under what most people spend on a gym membership. The margin on something like Claw Hosters, which is doing around $4,000 a month in recurring revenue, looks completely different when your infrastructure bill is that small. Now here is the thing that most people watching a headline like this want to know. Is this actually real, or is this another wave of people selling courses about making money? And that is a fair question, because the internet has a history of that pattern. But Trust MRR is tracking verified revenue, not self-reported numbers. These are not screenshots someone submitted to a Facebook group. The data is pulled directly. And when you look at the spread, the average across all 184 startups is around $1,000 a month. You can see immediately that this is not a story about a few outliers. It is a story about a wide distribution of small businesses finding real customers. Here's the detail that snapped my attention when I was going through the list. One of the startups, called PostClaw, is generating $800 a month by doing almost nothing except scheduling social media posts through an AI agent. $800 is not life-changing, but it is a real product with real paying users run on free infrastructure built by one person. That is the open loop I want you to hold on to for a second, because I am going to come back to what it means. Let's talk about why this is happening now and not 2 years ago. The short answer is that the underlying AI capabilities finally crossed a threshold where agents can actually do useful work reliably. A year ago, most AI agents were impressive in demos and frustrating in real use. They would hallucinate, get stuck in loops, or fail at tasks that required more than one step. That has changed. The models are better, the infrastructure is cheaper, and platforms like OpenClaw made it possible to deploy without engineering experience. The timing matters because the market is still early. Right now, about 80% of the OpenClaw startup ecosystem is built around infrastructure, hosting, and configuration tools. The application layer, actual end-user products built on top of these agents, is almost empty. That gap is where the next wave of businesses is going to come from. Now for the honest part, because I think you deserve a straight take. Not everyone on that leaderboard is crushing it. A lot of the startups listed are for sale right now. You can browse them and see asking prices. Some of them are early-stage projects that found modest traction, but the founder wants out. The average of $1,000 a month sounds good, until you realize it includes the $49,000 outlier pulling the whole number up. Strip out the top 5 earners and the average drops significantly. Building something on OpenClaw is genuinely accessible. Building something that gets to $10,000 or $20,000 a month is a different challenge. It requires distribution, marketing, and understanding what a specific group of people actually needs. That said, here's how to think about it honestly. The barrier to starting is lower than almost anything else in tech right now. You can go from zero to a working product in a weekend. The ceiling is real, but the floor is unusually low. And in a market where most new AI tools require either funding or deep technical skill, that floor matters a lot. So step back from all of this and think about what it actually means. For a long time, the story of AI was that it would change everything, but mostly for big companies. The narrative was that small operators would benefit indirectly, eventually, once the dust settled. What OpenClaw's startup ecosystem shows is that the window for small operators is open right now, not later. The people generating real revenue in this ecosystem started not by building something technically impressive, but by solving something annoyingly specific: the social media scheduler. The podcast from PDF tool called Magic Podcast, which is doing $3,300 a month. The hosting service. These are not moonshots. They are small, specific problems wrapped in an AI agent that works. The thing you believed before watching this, that AI startups required either funding or code, is worth updating. The evidence on that leaderboard is that 184 people already have. What would you build if you started this weekend? A customer support agent, a content scheduler, something else entirely? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I am genuinely curious what this audience would go after first. And if you want the full process, the SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like everything we just covered, the AI Success Lab is a free community where you can get all the notes from this video plus access to 67,000 members who are already building with these tools. Links are in the comments and the description. Go join them. One last thing. You came into this video thinking AI startups were something other people did. 184 of them started the same way, by watching something exactly like this.